Hello and welcome into another video with me, Sky Fellowship. In today's episode, I quite simply want to talk about the fact that one of the best things about games, one of the absolute best things about games, is the fact that you don't just get one thing usually in a lot of games. Even like this Wipeout here, it's a racing game. It is fundamentally fully a racing game. But at the same time, it has so many different modes. And it's something that you can do with a lot of games, not just racing games. We have the basic time trial. We have speed lap. We have eliminator. We have zone. We have zone battle. We have detonator. We have tournament. And that's where it ends. And each one of these things does something completely different. Or, well, kind of completely different. Because again, it is still a racing game. So you're always going to be on a track. You're always going to be driving. It just is what it is. But it is something that I truly do love about games, because I love Wipeout so much, it's unbelievable. I've mentioned it a lot in a bunch of videos that I've been doing recently, because I've really been jonesing for some ever since the shut it down. I knew fine well I'd eventually get to this point, and I'm so glad that I can at least access the Omega Collection. It's in one of the biggest parts of the fact that I'm actually finally playing on my PS5 for the first time in a long time. I've been sitting here desperate to play it, and I've tried playing the PS3 version, and I'm like, as much as I loved HD Fury back in the day, the fact that I've now played this game with HDR, I need HDR, because Zone is absolutely 100% my favourite mode that they've ever fucking made in a Wipeout game. And having this with HDR is just exceptional. This is one of my favourite games to just get baked for a migraine, put on, and just race and race and race. And let the game go through all of its different colours. And I've never seen where it ends. I genuinely, I would assume maybe it ends at zone 100. I don't think I've ever got past 60, and that was only once. It's something that, obviously, reaction times are shit when baked for pain, but it's just so chill and cathartic, and it's something that I genuinely would watch this as a screensaver. I'd go for a clean HUD version, and I'd let just like the AI, the game's AI, obviously, I'd just let it drive permanently. It's so fucking soothing, it's unbelievable. From a visual perspective, it's a feast. From an audio perspective, it's also a feast, because Wipeout usually has absolute great sound design. It's always been part of the major marketing around it, is the fact that this was a game unlike anything else, and it truly has been, and it's been with me my entire fucking life. And yeah, it sucks that we're not ever going to get a new one, because all the people who made it are no longer with anyone. They've probably all went off to work on other games. Wouldn't be surprised if the Forza people picked up some of them, because at the end of the day, these are people who spent their life making some amazing racing games. But yeah, I just love that with video games, we can actually get games inside games, which I've done a video on games inside games before. It might even be up at this moment in time, but I've done that before. But this is the fact that it's just a mode, and this one mode is worth buying the game for me for. It really is. Like, I was always going to buy it back anyway, because I just wanted the ability to play it on a newer system. At the time, it was the PS4. Again, I had HD Fury on the PS3, and I'm like, I don't so much want this in HD. And at the time, I don't even think HDR was available on the PlayStation when this came out. I could be wrong. I know that HDR eventually got added much later in the console's lifespan. They just suddenly flipped a switch, and it's like, oh yeah, like we can do this on the PS4. Cool. And it changed my life. It's one of my favorite things in all of gaming. It truly is. I go for colours and frame rate way above fidelity of resolution. It's just the way I am. So I always wanted to back, and as much as I wanted to play through all of the content again, and the fact that this had the Vita games as well, the Wipeout 2048, 2049, and 2050, I want to say, it and the expansions, just to have it all in one collection, that was always one of the main driving forces. But ultimately, the moment it was announced, I'm like, oh my god, I get Zones again. Like, they could just sell Zones as a mode on its own, and I would buy it. They could have charged 50 quid. They could have charged the full price of the fucking game, and I'd have been like, I hate that I'm about to spend £50 on Zones, but I will spend £50 on Zones, because this mode, this single mode, is the game for me. It's got all of this other amazing content that I do enjoy playing, that I will play through, that I've played through. Like, it's the sort of game that I'll pick it up every now and then when I'm jonesing for it, and I'll do a bunch of passes, elite passes. That's like the medal system in this one. For some reason, they went away from gold, silver, and bronze, and they just went for pass and elite pass. I'll just get a bunch of them and get my fill, and then I'll play some zones, and then I'll play a few more things and get my fill, and then just when I'm starting to get sick of it, I'll play some more zones, just a little bit more zones, play for about an hour or two, and then I'll be like, you know what, I'm done now, I'll pick this up again in a few more months, and I'll slowly get through the campaign. But every single time, I play zones for equal to, if not more, than the actual fucking game. I will always spend more time playing this one fucking mode, because this is the game for me. It is my absolute favourite fucking thing Wipeout has ever done. And it's not just Wipeout, obviously. It's like this with so many other games. Bomberman had a mode called Countdown. I love Bomberman. Bomberman's one of my most core fucking multiplayer experiences. I've grown up playing those games so much on so many consoles. Always when we had friends around, it was a Bomberman session. We would pick up one of the Bombermans invariably. The DS one, we played an obscene amount of. And then the WiiWare version came out, and it added Countdown. And every single one of us was just like, so this is like the only Bomberman we're ever playing now, right? And it's like, oh yeah, no hands, like, no ifs, ands, or doubts. This mode is the be-all, end-all. Countdown is amazing. They've never, as far as I'm aware, and I have played most every Bomberman game since that one, they've never, ever brought Countdown back. It is the most fun we've ever had with that fucking game. It was the sole reason we put it on. We adored Bomberman so much, and that single mode took over everything. We just never, ever played original Bomberman again. We never put on the basics. It was, despite having hundreds of hours of fun over decades, if not thousands of hours over decades, Countdown was the mode, because it was just something, it was just perfect. It's the most core fundamental thing of Bomberman at its design, boiled down to the most pure fun. And the strategy that it added, it was just exceptional, and it's why I like zones as much in Wipeout. You get the visual feast, as I say, the auditory feast, and you get the racing, and that's ultimately what Wipeout always was. It always was the game that when it came out, people were like, holy shit, games can look like this, games can sound like this, games can feel like this. Zones is just the purest form of Wipeout. And I absolutely love that we're kind of spoiled that when you buy a game that's got so many different unique modes in it, you can have this experience. Smash Brothers, there are some people who will only buy that to play it without any items. That's just the way that they want to play it. They want to play Final Destination, no items. That singular mode is the entire fucking game for them. Then there's people who love that, and like me, I love it, I play it. It's the mode that I've played probably more than anything. But at the same time, I still play through all of the solo play stuff, all of the single play stuff. I like putting items on, I like playing other stages. I will go through and experience so much of that game. But that one mode will always stand out, and I truly do love that with video games. That outside of like solo games, like actual single player things like your Uncharted, your God of War games, anything like that, those are going to have actual campaigns. And even then, God of War has Ragnarok has a roguelike mode these days, like, but you'll still get your single player games where there's only kind of one way to interact with them. But there's so many other things out there where you can pick it up. Fighters, racing games, I'm trying to think. Platformers, to be fair, because platformers have speedrunning. Astrobot recently came out and got absolute rave reviews, and one of the biggest things with it, everyone was clamoring over the fact that, oh my god, it's got some of the best speedrunning that you've ever experienced in platformers. And yeah, platformers have usually had speedrunning modes in them. I remember playing Crash Bandicoot 3. I think that was the first speedrunning platforming game I'd ever played. And the fact that you could go through all the levels and you had to learn the route and you had to know which time extenders to get at all the times. Like, I would play that mode more than any other fucking mode of Crash Bandicoot. It's just exceptional that games can do that. Because you can't really do that with movies, you can't do it with books, you can't do it with albums. Albums, technically, I guess, with Shuffle, maybe, but it's just a very unique way to interact with video games. And it's something that I think gets overlooked by so many people, because now that I've brought this up, I have a strong feeling you'll be sitting there thinking, holy shit, yeah, actually, they've got a point there, because when I play this game, yeah, I play the fuck out of the game, but I always go back to that one mode. Like, even after I finish playing through all of Wipeout, which will take me years with the way I play it, I will play through all of Wipeout and get all of the passes. I doubt I'll ever get all of the elite passes, because I've been here before with racing games where I got so obsessive compulsive with trying to get the absolute best of the best, and I realised that I was not enjoying the game anymore. So even when I finally get all of the regular passes in the game, I'm still going to boot up Wipeout just to play some zones. And with that, I think the video's done, and I'm going to say, I've been Sky Fellowship. I truly do hope you have a great rest of your day, and I obviously have to now ask, what are some of your favourite modes in some of your favourite games? What are the things that keep you coming back long after you've finished the actual main main course of the campaign? What are the things that will have you coming back and you play, no matter how much you've played it? And one of the funniest things is, I do know what Zone Battle is. I think I've played it once, but it kind of takes the purity out of what I like with zones, but I'm still going to put it on here just to show it off, because, yeah, as you can imagine, it is a battle mode, essentially, for zones, and it's kind of cool. I'm glad it's there. That it's going to be for someone. Someone's going to love it, but for me, I just want the pureness of zones, and I mightn't actually be showing any of this, because, I've even tried really stretching out the fucking video, and it still hasn't started. So, either way, with that, I'm just going to... Oh, and actually, yes, so proof as to the fact that I haven't played this much, I completely forgot it's got a completely different HUD. But then again, almost all of this game has a different HUD, no matter the things that you're doing in it. It's weird. I've noticed that every different mode that I actually play this game seems to have a different HUD, and I actually like that, because you do need different information given to you at different times in the game, and it does do a good way of showing that. Right, anyway, now I've definitely waffled on enough. Until the next time, truly do hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!